Hello everyone. Today's video is about a vision of the future. I have read an extract of a utopian novel and I will explain it a little bit further. The novel I'm talking about is the novel Herland, written by Charlotte Perkins Gilman and published in 1915. Gilman was born in 1860 and she died in 1935, so she had witnessed the First World War, which is important for later on. The novel Herland is a utopian novel and took place in the United States of America at the beginning of the 20th century. Now I will sum up the main ideas of the novel. Out of a normal society where men and women live together, three friends who are called Terry, Jeff and Vandyck are driving with a car to a place on the earth where only women live since 2000 years. In the extract, the three men and the women are talking. They are talking about how it is possible to have only women in society, and the women want to tell the three men the whole history, and the women want to know about the mixed society. These were the main points of the story. Now I will present you two utopian ideas the novel has, and I will explain as well whether it is still an utopian idea or whether it even became true now. So, the first utopian idea is that men are banned out of the society of the all-female society. This is obviously still utopian, because men are still there in our society. Also, there is no way found yet to born children without men, so it is biologically impossible to maintain a society without men. Another reason why it is utopian is that if a woman is pregnant, she cannot control whether it is a boy or a girl, so she cannot born only girls. These are the reasons why the banning of the man out of the society is a utopian idea. The next utopian idea is that there is no war, hunger or diseases. This idea is also mainly utopian. Although the hunger on the earth is still falling, there is still hunger in some areas on the planet. As well, there are still diseases. The medicine indeed is better than before, but there are still diseases which are incurable. Also, there are still wars. Although the world is more peaceful, there are still some countries that have the thought of war. All these points lead to the thinking that the myth of hunger, war and diseases in the world is still utopian thinking. Next, I will present you the historical background of the novel Herland, so what happened in 1950 where the novel was published. The most significant event was the First World War. Especially in 1915, there were the first attacks of gas. These gas attacks were very dangerous, and above all, it could kill the soldiers. With this background of the history during the First World War, you can understand the message of the novel a little bit better. In the First World War, the women were afraid whether their husbands survived the war. Though the author, who is obviously a woman, imaged a society without men in the future. As well, the women were convinced that the war was the fault of the men, so if there were no men in society, there would also probably no war. Another point I want to add is that the women who were at home during the First World War were suffered from hunger. And if there were no war anymore, they or she predicts that there will be no hunger anymore. These points you can reflect to the time. And now the question of the questions. Am I curious to read on? Yes, I am. Because I'm interested in how the all-female society looks like. So, are the difference between them and the normal society like we know, or is it nearly the same? As well, it is interesting why men are banned out of the society 2000 years ago. What did they do? Furthermore, I want to know how the women and the men react when they get information about the other form of living. And at least, I want to know what happens next. Go men back in the society? Or do they mix the society again? Or does it stay like it is? So, all in all, you can say that the novel Herland is an interesting novel. Thanks for listening. Bye.